Welcome back to Campfire Spookhouse. I'm Scary Terry.
And I'm Rock Horror.
And today we are reviewing episode 20, Doctor Sleep, sequel to The Shining from 2019. It was written and directed by Mike Flanagan. It was produced by Trevor Macy and John Berg. It stars Ewan McGregor as the adult Dan Torrance, Rebecca Ferguson as Rose the Hat, Kyliegh Curran as Abra Stone, Carl Lumbly as Dick Halloran, Zahn McClarnon as Crow Daddy, Emily Allen Lind as Snakebite Andy, Bruce Greenwood as Dr. John Dalton, Jocelyn Donahue as Lucy Stone, Cliff Curtis as Billy Freeman, and Henry Thomas as the bartender. And the description of the movie is: years following the events of The Shining, a now adult Dan Torrance must protect a young girl with similar powers from a cult known as the True Knot, who prey on children with powers to remain immortal. It was shot on a budget of between $45 to $55 million, and its box office return was $72.4 million. So, very interesting film.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful and with story driven.
Yeah, story, characters. I mean, that was what The Shining was.
It was.
So the fact that there's a sequel, and I mentioned, I'm glad. I'm glad that they took their time with the sequel, because it being like a known, like a known IP product.
Yeah.
People are inevitably going to be hypercritical towards any attempt to create something new. I really appreciated the character development, the world building.
Yeah, a lot of character development in this one.
The lore. The lore. Like, we didn't know as much about The Shining. I like the cameos. Of course, it's new actors playing the actors from the original films, flashbacks, or just their presence being seen by adult Dan.
Yes.
I appreciated all of those things.
I also appreciated how strikingly and closely resembled that these actors that they got to play those cameos from the original.
Yeah.
Very similar looking, especially the one who played his mother.
Yes.
The voice. Like, her impression of Shelley Long was very well done.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really something special. While watching this movie, were there any cultural messages or social themes that you were identifying while watching the film?
I think for me, having a child, a young son, some of the stuff was just hard to watch. So I kept getting these like protective instincts that would come up, like to kind of protect the kids, because of course it's this group of people who are like literally sucking the life out of these children in order for them to be immortal.
Yes. And
so any bad thing towards their fate, I was on board for. So I suppose the themes for me was just protect the kids.
Yeah, it was especially the baseball kid.
Yeah,
his death was hard to watch.
It was. I mean, well, I suppose that was the death that you saw, where it was just kind of hinted towards. It was implied with that first little girl,
Violet. Yeah, the little girl.
Violet.
Yeah.
But then you actually see the whole process
and what they do to him.
And yes, that was hard. That was hard to watch. But I knew he had The Shining because of the comment. It says it's like he's reading the pitcher's mind.
Yeah, because he always hits the ball when he bats. Yeah, that's what caught Crow Daddy's attention when he was in the crowd too.
Yeah.
His tears too, the kid crying was very heartbreaking to watch too, especially when they're stabbing him. And you know that they're taking their time with this too, because it only expels so much of the steam at once.
So he's being tortured.
Yeah.
He's being tortured
to feed and off of him longer, essentially.
Yeah. And
plus, they fill their canisters.
Yes. So there's definitely that kind of survival of the fittest sort of thing. It was rough to watch, especially because of the kids. It then kind of it kind of pointed to the fact that adult Dan, Ewan McGregor's character, at some point would have to protect this girl, because even though she was powerful, she couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he's also powerful. He's been kind of stomping down and covering up his abilities.
Yeah.
Because of what's connected to it.
Yeah.
And now he has to face those things again. I think it was a great idea for a sequel, because like what else could it have been? I'm sure it could have been something else, but I appreciate the expansion of the character and the lore.
Yes.
Because these people who go around like basically hunting people like Dan.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that there's this kind of other, in a world where The Shining exists, then people who kind of chase after people like that also exist.
Yeah, and Stephen King wrote the sequel as well, so it's weird to think of a possible sequel to The Shining, because even if I feel like if you were to do so, to try to imagine something, you wouldn't really be thinking outside of the hotel to be able to create an expansion, as you said, like with this. So not only did he think outside of the hotel and what could be happening, but world building, as you mentioned too.
Yeah.
There is a life outside of that, and it sort of stretches beyond the hotel.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoy about this movie is that it seemed like the first one, when you watch The Shining, it's really it deals a lot with, and it was kind of mentioned briefly with the bartender in this one when he's talking to older Dan.
Yeah.
But the responsibility and the pressure of being a parent and providing for your child, and the sort of anguish, I guess, that can generate from that with some people, especially when they're battling their own demons, like Jack Nicholson's character in the original. But then this second one, it deals a lot with family trauma.
Yeah.
For said past decisions and things that happened in the first one.
Yeah. So when we were doing the review for The Shining, I think one of the things I brought up was I didn't understand Jack Nicholson's character. It just seemed like he didn't want to be. He was so put upon. They actually used that phrase.
Yeah, put upon in this one.
Because everything was just a little bit too much for him, and I believe the point that I made was something to the effect of he was a lot of the problems just stemmed from him being of a certain generation, of a certain kind of expecting a different life than what he got.
Yeah.
And expectations could be a real killer. And of course, now you see the result of that. And I don't just mean, him going crazy, going around trying to murder his family, but the result meaning his son, who has The Shining, grows up basically he's trying to hide those things, becomes a drunk himself, and is also not innocent. He's not innocent. This whole scene where that girl, that lady that he has that fling with, and then wakes up and there's the little baby toddler.
Yeah.
And then her ghost or whatever is waking him up saying they didn't find us yet.
Yeah.
And her and the baby died because she never woke up again.
Yeah.
And the baby was just there.
Yep.
By himself. And he was about to take
the money
because she did steal his money. But I mean, and the baby's diaper was soiled. Like, you saw all of those things.
Yeah.
It was just, there was so many things that were hard to watch if you were just like a reasonable person that had any kind of care.
Yeah.
So the fact, for other human beings, so the fact that he goes from that to now basically sacrificing himself to save Abra, I suppose that's growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It still doesn't make me forget any of those things, but it's growth.
It also, when you have the flashbacks of Halloran, who was Danny's mentor, I guess you could say, when he was younger, who also had the ability of the Shining. He did, in this one, he told him when he was a kid, like, you will help somebody when you get older too. So he kind of instilled that task upon him, and then that was sort of a debt that was owed to him that he would eventually have to make good on. And he did.
That's what he told me. He says, now it's time to pay that debt.
Yeah. Okay, what'd you think of camera angles or camera shots in the film?
So this is one of the movies where I didn't pay as much attention to the cinematography, not because it wasn't good, but because it was so good. That and the character drivenness. I noticed certain things. The kind of tilt shots when he was drinking in the beginning. Also tilt shots when they were just kind of falling. I guess that's probably some VFX as well.
Yeah.
When what's her name? The hat lady.
Rose. When
Rose is originally trying to get into into Abra's mind.
Yeah, in her room too.
And the kind of those flips and just little special effects, things like that. I appreciate it. I think so. That was one of the things where I'm glad that the production value was up, so they're able to do certain things that would have been very difficult to pull off in the 80s.
Yeah.
So that was good. I don't think it was overused.
Same.
Which is good, which is great. I think they were trying very hard to pay respect to the first film. And so in the beginning, I noticed that a lot of the shots reminded me of The Shining.
Yeah. As
time went on and the world expanded, and there was other aspects to it, then it became, then of course, more, I suppose, recent or modern approaches to filming came to be. Even like the makeup artistry. Yeah. It was also more up to date. Yeah. But it still felt like it belonged in that world. I mean, it was like, I don't even know, like 40 years essentially since Danny, because he was an older guy, middle-aged guy or something like that. So it's basically been 40 years or 30 something years since The Shining happened, because he was what, 5, 6, something like that?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I want to say 5 or 6.
Yeah. So if it's 40 years, he's 45.
Yeah.
So
I don't think throughout this film there was an overabundance of anything. I don't think there was too much. I think everything was really well measured.
And I believe that's the reason why I enjoyed this movie so much, because it kept me in that world. Yeah. It reminded me of The Shining enough that it kept me engaged as an extension, but it wasn't going back to that well so much that it didn't have its own legs to stand on. Yeah. So I appreciated that very much. I was like, okay, this is a movie that is unique, it's different, but it is familiar. Yeah. And I suppose that's the best you can do with a movie like The Shining. Yeah. When it comes to a sequel.
You had mentioned makeup as well.
Yeah.
And, special effects. And I think I really liked seeing when the cult, when a member of their cult was cycling through death.
Yeah.
it's kind of like they sort of decayed or melted into themselves, and it was just really well done.
They kind of became that mist
Yeah,
as well.
Exactly. And it was just a really nice touch. I think the cult itself, really iconic characters. They bring their own sort of variation or form of menace.
Yes.
And it's like, some of the characters, I think, like Rose and
many were there?
There was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was 7. I think there was 7 outside of Rose. I feel like with Rose there was 8 total.
Yeah. No, I was wondering because for whatever reason, I was like, I never paid attention to how many of them there were. But then the concept of like the 7 deadly sins popped into my mind. And if they are representing those things, it doesn't mean that I would have to give it a rewatch to really pay attention to the individual characters. Yeah. Some of the characters, they were just around.
Yeah, they were just kind of there. They were like filler.
Yeah. So when they started dropping like flies, I was like, yeah, you didn't play a big role.
No, not at all. There wasn't like so much attachment.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about audio?
Oh, excellent.
Sound effects. Yes. Excellent. I liked the sound of like the breathing in.
Yes.
Because it was more than just an actor just doing the whole kind of thing. Like there was like it was harmonic.
Yeah.
All of them to doing it like a melody all at once. So there was definitely added sound for that, and it was really nice. I think the music as well in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only thing that stands out to me most when watching it was the iconic score from the original. But also, there wasn't too much of that either in the movie. It was used appropriately, I found.
Yeah, it was used.
You heard it at the very beginning with the opening credits, and then you heard it. Well, I heard it when they're driving to the Overlook Hotel.
And it made sense because you're revisiting something.
Yeah.
So even the music itself is a variation of like an up-to-date version, or they might have even kind of altered it a little bit just to differentiate it from the original.
Yeah.
Because you're revisiting it, right?
Yeah.
But I appreciated all of those things. They made a lot of great choices.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Dr. Sleep. I enjoyed the whole process, like when he was working as at the hospice.
Yeah.
And the cat was kind of crawling on everyone.
Yeah, the cat was a real nice symbolic gesture, I thought.
And you got to see and understand that it's the cat, but he also knew when people were gonna die. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how he got his name, Dr. Sleep.
And he sort of assisted with their death. It was nice.
Kind of assisted people as they were transitioning.
Yeah, and it always seemed like these older people, like they're dying alone.
Yeah.
In this hospice as is. So it was really nice to see that he was kind of with them during their passing, that they weren't actually going it alone.
Yeah, he became this integral part of that community.
Yeah.
But just like the first one, being around Dan means like some sacrifice is going to happen because the guy who he's saying he's my best friend.
Yeah.
He gets temporarily possessed by that girl.
Snake bite Andy.
Yeah. Right before she dies, shoots himself.
I know.
I was like, hey, it's a Shining movie. I suppose that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's talk performances because there was a great cast I felt in this film.
I can't think of a poor or even an average performance. That's another thing I like about this particular film is I think the performances were just good or great. Yeah. I really enjoyed the little actress who played Abra.
She was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Ewan McGregor. I enjoyed the parents. I think the parents, if you have a child with that, it might freak you out, but you have a child like that, so when she just does some weird things, she's done it enough that you're not gonna just freak out forever.
Yeah.
You're gonna freak out, and then you're just gonna wait for something different to happen.
Yeah.
So I think the small roles, the big roles, the main roles, they were all casted really well.
I agree.
And especially, they took extra care with the people who were supposed to play people from the original movie.
Yeah.
They did a really good job of casting lookalikes that also could play the parts.
Yep, I agree.
And yeah, it was a really good job. I appreciated sometimes I forget how talented of an actor Ewan McGregor is.
Yeah, man.
Because he's one of those people that he does a lot of kind of art movies, passion films, that sort of thing. But he is really good.
I really liked that it was revealed slowly over time that he had been storing all of these ghosts in these boxes in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come out, in the open at the very end. And I thought that reveal was really brilliant. Yeah. How they did that. I think that Rebecca Ferguson, who played Rose the Hat, her performance always stood out the most for me in the movie.
She played a very kind of menacing, villain.
Yeah.
It was. I'm glad that it was her. She did a great job.
I also liked about Rose too, just with the sake of her character development. It's like she's sort of doomed from the start because she's chasing after this high.
Yes. And
she doesn't. There's no acknowledgement on her end that she's leading her team, her crew, her gang, her cult, leading them to their untimely demise and their deaths, which she played a big part and responsibility for. Yes, Ewan McGregor and Cliff Curtis shot them dead. However, she's chasing after something that is supremely bigger than her.
Yes.
And that's why the reveal at the end when those ghosts come out for the Overlook Hotel out of the boxes he stored in his mind, I loved how that happened. Like, he just unleashed them on her. I think that she got essentially what she was looking for.
Yeah, she was. The problem is the arrogance. It's the same thing that when Abra was talking to what's his name
in the car.
Yeah,
Crow Daddy.
Yeah, when Abra is talking to Crow Daddy, but it's actually Dan through Abra.
Another great Daddy. Scene.
And it's talking about that arrogance. That's what I don't know why I can't remember her name.
Rose.
Yes, but was Rose's downfall.
Yeah,
was the fact that she really thought that she could do it.
She also had that responsibility though to be the provider for this gang. I do love the actor who played Crow Daddy. I think that he was very great. He was the mediator, and I appreciated how abruptly he died. Yeah. Same.
I didn't think that his character needed some like
crazy violent. It wasn't suitable for him. Though.
Epic send off. I appreciated how efficiently they handled this film handled death.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't as shocking, for example, as some of the death in The Shining.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as shocking. The Shining didn't have nearly as many deaths.
Yeah.
But when it happened, it was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
That sort of thing is unexpected sort of death. Whereas this one, you knew it was kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
Once again, The Shining 1 already exists, so you kind of know what's coming. I think they did a great job of making the deaths feel exactly the way that it needed to feel. It wasn't like too much emphasis on things than other. It's like certain deaths. That girl that he slept with and her baby toddler.
Yeah,
that was just. I think that was important to put it in perspective.
Yes. In
terms of the movie that you're watching.
Yeah.
Because if he's haunted by things like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course. I thought that Crow Daddy's death was appropriate for him, the way because he died attempting to fulfill Rose's wishes, and he clearly loved her and was very loyal to her. I like Snakebite Andy's death too, with getting shot in the woods. Really felt bad for his best friend, who she forced to kill himself when she took over his mind. But everything, all the performances were great. The story is amazing. The build up, it is a little slow, but for good reason, because you have to have that, again, that character development. The pacing has to be.
I didn't find it slow. I suppose I went into this knowing that it was a sequel to The Shining.
Yes.
I also was aware of how long it was.
Yes.
It didn't feel slow to me. I suppose because I was captivated.
Getting drawn into it.
Yeah, I was drawn in pretty early because I really enjoyed the lore. I really enjoyed the character development. I really enjoyed the world building.
Yeah.
I liked the different aspects because the Shining and there's lots of movies that I wish I heard some more stories about that particular world.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is telling another story as a part of this world, or this universe, which way you want to describe it, I appreciate that very much.
So I'm curious, and with everything that you stated about the film and your appreciation for it, what you would rate it out of 5 jump scares?
So I'm going with 4.9.
Nice, man.
Because I'd have to wait and see. I'd have to wait and see how I feel about it in time.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that is not giving me, like, whether The Shining, the first time I saw it, the second time, a decade after I saw it for the first time, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's always a classic to me.
Yeah.
Whereas this is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And surprisingly good for what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to give it some time to see if I want to be putting it over the edge. I'm very comfortable with giving it very high marks. I don't know about classic status though.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
when I compare it to The Shining, I do still think that The Shining is the superior one, but not by a whole lot.
And this is why I went so high.
Yeah.
With the height of that's 4.9 is as high as you can get without being
completely perfect or that absolute 5. Yeah, I think there's nothing that I don't like about the movie. I think everything is really well done. Just because of that sort of arc where I do think The Shining is just a little bit over. I'm confident with giving Dr. Sleep 4.5 jump scares out of 5. Just because it is still just a really damn good movie, and it's such a risky move too when you're making a sequel to something that is as great and as much of a classic as The Shining is.
And that's precisely, like I said, that's precisely why I gave it
4.9.
4.9.
I do think, I like to believe too, if Stanley Kubrick was alive and well right now, he would really appreciate the film, and he would notice the homages that it's paying towards his masterpiece.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think Dr. Sleep, great film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
So you have 4.9 jump scares from Rock Horror, 4.5 jump scares from me. Let us know what you guys think about it. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. Leave your comments below and tell us how you feel. If you have any movies that you want to recommend to us to see us review some of your favorites, let us know, and we will make a review video for you guys and give you a proper shout out. And don't forget to tune in next week for episode 21. We are reviewing The Exorcist. Classic film, I know, based off what everyone says about it. I've only watched the movie one time in my entire life, and I remember very little about it.
The same. I've only ever watched it the whole way through once.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, there was parts of it, especially certain times. At some point, I was just like kind of a little freaked out by it, but then most of the other times, I just it just seemed like a movie that was a lot.
So make sure that you guys tune in for that one. You don't want to miss it. And until then, I'm Scary Terry.
I'm Rock Horror.
That's right. And we are Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. So we'll see you guys next week. Till next time.
Next time.